38 games now, and like all season long, people say, well, let me know at 30 games how you think our team's doing. And so you look at, like, Houston's made a couple moves. They get Josh Smith. They get Corey Brewer.
They got one guy that's in the MVP voting. And me and Charles talked about this in the background. I don't know if I like Dwight deferring to James Harden so much. I know James is playing great, but, you know, I know from experience, you know, if you want to win championships as a big man, you have to dominate. Hakeem Olajuwon dominated, Tim Duncan dominated. It's not good enough to be a good or / great big man going to the postseason. You know, you have to dominate. So I don't know if I like him deferring so much. Now, I watched a few games, 4 or 5 times where he hasn't touched the ball. He don't even make a face. I can remember playing against you guys where Hakeem don't touch the ball. Hakeem will give you that look, Kenny, like, hey, I didn't touch the ball a few times. But, you know, Rockets are playing well. You know, they're still in a conversation as one of the best teams. But as a big man, I don't know if I like him deferring so much.
I like the move, though. I agree with you in terms of some of the deferred for Dwight. But I think the move is pretty good. I think, you know, they're going to win the same amount of games in the regular season with or without James Harden and Corey Brewer. I think they would have went on to the same course. But in the playoffs...
With Josh Smith.
No, without those guys. Without Josh Smith and Corey Brewer.
You said without Harden.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, they would have won the same amount of games. But adding those two guys in the playoffs, that 7-man rotation, when you get into the playoffs, has to be tight. And guys coming in have to play like starters or be starters. And, you know, Josh Smith will eventually probably move into the starting lineup. But they will have 7 guys that at any night can explode. And I think that will help the Houston Rockets, and that actually moved them up. I thought I wasn't as excited when they lost Chandler Parsons and Lynn and Asic. I wasn't excited about that team. But adding those 2 guys, I think it adds a great deal of excitement when it comes to playoffs.
I don't like it at all. I don't think they should have added Josh Smith. I think at some point, Ernie, the Pistons are playing great.
You're a surprise team, by the way. They've won 7 in a row.
And let me tell you something.
It's been a while for the surprise to take shape.
But let me tell you something. To go into San Antonio and Dallas, that impresses me. They got a terrific coach in Stan Van Gundy. Josh, addition by subtraction is a perfect example. And Josh Smith, at some point, Ernie, and you can ask Kenny and Shaq this question, we've all played with guys who had supreme talent. And we always say to ourselves, when that guy gets it, he's going to be special. I think at this stage of Josh Smith's career, he's never going to get it.
Yeah.
He's never going to, because there's no reason, because I asked a friend of mine, he says, man, the Pistons are playing really well. I said, so are the Atlanta Hawks. Addition by subtraction.
Hey, on the Knicks, we're not going to talk about the Knicks.
Thank God!
We're just going to talk about the fact that the Knicks look totally different now, and there's no Melo tonight, there's no Amari tonight. They trade to Cleveland, Amon Shumpert, J.R. Smith, and the Cavs also get Timofey Mozgov.
Who he played for? That's going to be going tonight.
Tell me what this does for Cleveland. Do you feel better about the Cavs with these additions?
This makes the Cavs relevant. The Cavs are out of the conversation. The Cavs were way out of the conversation. We said it because I told you. You got the Bulls, you got the Wizards, and you got the Raptors. They were 3 elite teams in the Eastern Conference. I didn't even count the Cavaliers. The addition of those 2 guards, because they needed a guard, they needed a big guy, number one. I said that a month ago.
Well, with Varejao out, too.
No. They still needed a big guy. Varejao's not a big guy. He's just a guy. He's not a big guy. Getting Mozgov and getting J.R. Smith and Shumpert, the Cavs are relevant again. Now, LeBron's got to come back and play well, but the addition of these 2 guys make the Cavs were slipping. But I'm just saying, the addition of these guys make the Cavs relevant. They were almost irrelevant 2 weeks ago.
I agree with Chuck, but it's a big if factor there. If JR and Amon play the right way. A couple times last night when JR got in, he went to the old JR, isolation basketball at the top of the key, off-balance shot at the top of the key. Last night, that right there is not going to help them.
Yeah, Shaq,
he was over.
But hold on, let's be fair to him. First of all, there's no LeBron, there's no Mozgov.
Yeah, but
so he won't be in that. First of all, they needed that situation. They didn't have a 2 guard.
And that's why I said if. No,
but I'm saying,
I said if. Like if he plays defense, if he spots up and shoots the ball with confidence and plays well.
Got about 20 seconds here.
I thought the Cavs' problem was defensively, and you got 2 guys that they added was offensive player. You get a rim protector in Mozgov, but when the ball typically gets to the rim, it's too late for protection. And so I just think that overall they give up too many transition baskets.
Shumpert's going to help on the defensive end.